There is an England that lives in the mind, a place of rolling green hills, tea and scones and red telephone boxes on village greens. It's the England of picture postcards and Sunday evening dramas, where Buckingham Palace and the white cliffs of Dover evoke a comforting sense of history. This is the England that welcomes millions, promising charm and a journey into a storybook past. But behind the neatly trimmed hedges and cheerful pub signs lie tales not found in tourist brochures. This is an England of shadows and secrets, of strange customs and forgotten tragedies. To truly know England, you have to peek behind the curtain and listen for the stories that are whispered, not shouted. The character of a place is shaped by its hardships as much as its triumphs. Exploring these hidden corners is an act of discovery, adding layers of meaning to every ancient church and quiet country lane. It's the difference between seeing a pretty picture and understanding the soul of the subject. So let's leave the crowds and venture into the mist-shrouded corners where history's ghosts still linger. We'll seek the strange, the unsettling, and the fascinating truths beneath the surface of this green and pleasant land. In these less visited places, you find the most compelling stories, ones that stay with you long after you've returned home. In the heart of Kent lies Pluckley, a village as idyllic as any English postcard. By day it's all old churches, welcoming pubs and charming houses, but as night falls, Pluckley's reputation shifts. It's known as the most haunted village in England. Local lore tells of a spectral highwayman at Fright Corner and the Watercress Woman forever haunting Pinnock Bridge. Even the Black Horse pub is said to host ghostly dogs and invisible presences. The churchyard's Red Lady searching for her lost child adds a note of sorrow to the village's legends. Whether you believe or not, these stories are woven into Pluckley's identity, passed down through generations. Walking its quiet lanes, you feel the weight of these tales. Even the most peaceful places can hold deep wells of legend. In Pluckley, the past feels very much alive, or perhaps undead. It's a powerful reminder of the stories that linger just beneath the surface. In North London stands Highgate Cemetery, a Victorian city of the dead opened in 1839 to relieve overcrowded churchyards. The West Cemetery is a Gothic wilderness of stone angels, crumbling mausoleums and ivy-choked tombs. Here, nature reclaims the works of man, and silence is broken only by crows. Highgate is the resting place of famous figures, but its atmosphere leaves the deepest impression. In the late 1960s, it became infamous for the Highgate vampire scare, when reports of a dark figure with glowing eyes sparked panic and amateur vampire hunts. The episode blurred the line between folklore and hysteria, leaving a legacy of legend. Today, the vampire panic has faded, but the cemetery's aura remains. Highgate is a poignant reminder of London's changing relationship with mortality. It's a place where history and nature conspire to create something unforgettable. Here, the city's shadows are as compelling as its bright lights. In rural England, especially along the Welsh borders, a peculiar custom once existed: the ritual of the Sin Eater. When someone died, families fearing for their loved one's soul would call a Sin Eater, an outcast willing to take on the deceased's sins for a meal and a small fee. Bread and ale were placed on the body. The Sin Eater would consume them, symbolically absorbing the sins. This act offered comfort to grieving families, but the Sin Eater became a pariah, shunned and feared as a vessel of the community's transgressions. The last known Sin Eater, Richard Munslow, died in 1906, his grave a lonely testament to this strange tradition. Sin eating reveals a world where faith was literal and poverty could force people into desperate roles. It's a dark, rarely spoken of chapter in England's history. The practice was both compassionate and tragic, blending superstition with the harsh realities of rural life. These forgotten customs show how fear and belief shaped communities. In the shadows of England's past, the Sin Eater stands as a haunting symbol. It's a reminder of the lengths people once went to for peace of mind. Across England, imposing Victorian buildings stand as silent witnesses to a brutal chapter, the workhouse. Established by the New Poor Law of 1834, workhouses were designed to deter all but the most desperate from seeking help. Inside, families were separated, dignity stripped away, and daily life reduced to monotonous, punishing labor. Meals were meager, silence enforced, and hope in short supply. The workhouse was a place of fear and social disgrace, a last resort for the destitute. Its very existence punished poverty as if it were a crime. Today, many workhouses have been repurposed, but their walls remember the quiet desperation of those who lived within. These stories contrast sharply with the triumphant narrative of Victorian progress. They reveal a society deeply divided by class and haunted by a fear of the poor. Understanding the workhouse is essential to understanding modern Britain's struggle for social justice. The legacy of these places lingers, a sobering reminder of hardship and resilience. Cornwall's dramatic coastline, now a tourist haven, was once the stage for smuggling on an industrial scale. In the 18th and 19th centuries, heavy taxes on goods like tea and brandy fueled a black market involving entire communities. By night, contraband was landed in hidden coves and spirited inland through secret tunnels. Smuggling was a lifeline for many, and legends abound, daring escapes, clever hiding places, and violent clashes with the law. The Jamaica Inn, immortalized by Daphne du Maurier, became a symbol of this lawless past. Wreckers who lured ships to their doom add a darker edge to the coastal lore. Today, traces of this history remain in museums, old pubs, and whispered tales of hidden cellars. Cornwall's beauty is layered with stories of survival, defiance, and rebellion. Beneath the tranquil surface lies a wild, profitable, and dangerous past. The sea mist still hides secrets for those who care to look. In the summer of 1858, London faced the Great Stink, a crisis born from centuries of dumping waste into the Thames. As the river's level dropped and sewage baked in the sun, a stench so vile gripped the city that Parliament nearly shut down. Panic spread, fueled by fears of deadly miasma and memories of cholera epidemics. Desperate measures failed, forcing Parliament to act. Engineer Joseph Bazalgette's radical sewer system transformed London, intercepting sewage before it reached the river. His work remains the backbone of the city's sanitation today. The Great Stink is a reminder that progress often comes from necessity, not vision. Victorian London was far from glorious, a city choking on its own filth. The crisis forced change, leaving behind cathedrals of industry and cleaner rivers. Sometimes history's most important advances begin with a very bad smell. Pendle Hill in Lancashire is forever linked to the infamous witch trials of 1612. In a time of superstition and fear, a single accusation spiraled into a deadly witch hunt. Alazon Device's curse on a peddler led to confessions, family betrayals, and a web of suspicion that ensnared an entire community. The trial, driven by fear and spectral evidence, condemned 10 people to death. Poverty and isolation made the accused easy targets for a society gripped by hysteria. Today, visitors can follow the witch's trail from Malkin Tower to Lancaster Castle. The story is a sobering reminder of how fear breeds injustice. Standing on Pendle Hill, it's easy to imagine the terror that once ruled these slopes. The Pendle Witch's tale is a chilling chapter in England's hidden history. It warns us how easily suspicion can turn deadly. To travel through England is to walk through layers of time, a country of royal pageantry and literary giants, but also of ghosts, poverty, and legend. The beauty of a Cornish cove is more thrilling when you know its smuggling past. A Victorian building's grandeur is sobering when you recall its workhouse days. A peaceful village feels different when it's said to be the most haunted in the land. These hidden histories enrich England, making every visit more meaningful. This isn't a call to seek only the grim, but an invitation to be curious. Look beyond the obvious, ask questions, and listen to local stories. A nation's character is forged in hardship as well as peace. The resilience and traditions of England are responses to its complicated past. So enjoy the scones and cathedrals, but also wander off the beaten path. To see a country truly is to embrace its shadows as well as its light. In that space, the real soul of England is found, a discovery worth making.